Hey everybody, it's Ron Ipack and welcome to video number 4 of this 5-part series on finding and hiring great technicians. I'm really glad you decided to join me once again today. Now, as I mentioned, this is video number 4 of a 5-part, and what we talked about in module number 1 is who to hire. In other words, who is the best person that you want to have working for you. And then on the second module, we talked about how to become attractive. In other words, how to set your shop up for success so you can attract the best of the best people to you. Remember, it's kind of a two-way street. You got to make sure that the people are going to want to work for you because they're shopping you as hard as you're trying to sell them on working for you, okay? So we talked about some strategies to help set you up for success there. And then on the third module, we talked about where to find these technicians, what to advertise, and what to say in your ads in order to get somebody to stand up and take notice. Okay? Now, on today's module, we're going to talk about how to kind of sift through all of those applications that you're going to get, because when you put your offer out in front of a lot of people, and it's a good ad, a lot of people are going to respond. And I don't want you to waste a ton of time sifting and sorting and reading through all of these applications, which, you know, as we talked about before, that pyramid is pretty wide at the bottom, and that lower level, that's where most of the technicians are. It's really wide, it's a really crowded space. We want to go up further in the pyramid and get the people that are near the top, and there's fewer and fewer and fewer of those people near the top. That's who we want to attract. But it's tough to attract only the people at the top without having a lot of the people that are at the bottom kind of want to toss their application into the ring here. But we want to make sure that we don't spend a lot of time weeding through all of that, okay? Because you're going to look through all of those, and you're going to call a lot of people on the phone, and you're going to do in-person interviews. And what we want to make sure is that you're setting as few of those interviews as possible, because I know you're busy. You got a shop to run. You have everything going on. The reason why you need another technician is because you're busy already. So it's kind of that catch-22. So I'll show you how to weed through the massive pile of applications you're going to get to find those diamonds in the rough. So you can find only the best of the best people that you want to talk with, at least on the phone. In other words, we're going to have them pre-screened for you before you even spend any time reading your first resume, okay? So let's go ahead and jump right back into my computer, and I'll show you exactly how to do it. Okay, we're back in my computer. So let me show you exactly what it is that we're doing to pre-screen everybody. What we're doing is we're getting them to fill out a survey. So I'm back in good old Career Builder here, and as you notice, there's this Apply Now button. So when they click that button, it's going to then take them to a questionnaire, okay? So why are we having them fill out a survey or a questionnaire? Well, see, a lot of people, when they're going to submit applications, they're just going from one to another to another to another. They're just kind of blasting out their applications everywhere. What we want is somebody to actually spend a little time with us. Because if they're not willing to spend a few minutes to fill out a questionnaire, we're not willing to spend any time at all even looking at their resume. Okay, so we want them to jump through a few hoops, and one of the quickest ways and easiest ways and the most automatic way to do it is if you're using Career Builder. And if you're not using Career Builder, that's fine. In a couple of minutes I'll show you how to do this offline, but since Career Builder has this nice tool, we want to go ahead and use that. And really all we're doing is we're giving them a handful of just multiple choice questions, and those questions need to be written specifically for your shop. Things that you want to know to see if somebody is somebody that you want to talk with in more detail at a later time. But right now, we just want to kind of start eliminating the people that are just blasting out resumes, and we want to start eliminating people that fill out the questions but don't have the qualifications that we're looking for. So in Career Builder, you can do this. As you'll see, there's just questions. I believe we typically go 9 questions deep on this. and they just fill it out. So, for example, how do you prefer to be paid or compensated? Flat rate or commission, or hourly? So you got a multiple choice right there between the two. Now, if you're hiring somebody for flat rate and they prefer to be hourly, well, that may not be the right person for you. Okay. The next question: do you have a fully equipped roll-around toolbox? Well, if they don't have that, you're not looking at superstars, right? We want to hire superstars only. So if they don't even have a toolbox, they're not the superstar. So that now eliminates you even having to call them on the phone and spend any time at all with them. So what's going to happen is each one of these questions you're going to assign a point system to, okay? And then when somebody fills that out and they submit it, you get an email from a Career Builder that looks very similar to this. Now, in Career Builder, they have a point system of 100 points. And we want to only talk with people and set up appointments with people that are as close to 100 as possible. So maybe 80 and above. Again, depending on the amount of applications you get and the quality of the applications. Again, we want to hire the best available, okay? And if there are no superstars, you need somebody right now, well, you want to hire by far the best available. Stack the deck in your favor and make a good hire for a change, okay? So here's somebody right here, a score of only 47. Now, are we going to spend any time at all looking at this guy's resume? Of course not. Are we going to spend any time at all on the phone with him, asking him questions? Of course not. So immediately we can toss this guy out. Okay, so kind of giving an example, are you currently an ASE certified technician? The answer is no, they don't have any ASE certifications that are current. Well, if you look at this desirability, if we want and need an ASE certified tech, this guy isn't one. He's got this little sliver of blue right there. He's not a desirable candidate. On the next question down, how many years of experience do you have working as a technician? 10 years or more. Well, we rate that as a very desirable person. So right here, that may take him off the board totally. But right there, he's very desirable. How do you prefer to be paid? Hourly. Well, this is we pay on performance, and that's going to give him a low score there. Okay, so out of 100, this guy only scored a 47. So we're not going to talk with this guy. There's no reason to spend any time at all with this guy. So if you've ever gone through a mountain of resumes and gone through those gyrations, you can see that this is just an awesome way to let the cream rise to the top, and you only deal with it that way. Now, as I said, this is what Career Builder offers. Now, if you're not using Career Builder, that's perfectly fine. You can use the same idea in every one of your other ways that people apply. Even from a sign on the side of the road, you can have them give a verbal survey. And how do you do that? Well, when somebody applies, you just simply go on Craigslist or go to your own office or even your own home and find somebody that can go and make outbound phone calls and ask these exact same questions. So you get somebody on the phone. And the reason why I say go Craigslist or somebody in your shop or somebody at your home is I don't want you doing this. You're the owner of the business. You have way too many things on your plate right now to be asking questions of people that are not qualified. You as the owner should only talk with qualified individuals. And how do we know if they're qualified? Somebody has got to ask them these questions. Career Builder does it automatically with this form, but otherwise, you'll just get somebody on the phone. Pay them a few bucks an hour, $10 an hour, whatever, to get on the phone and make these phone calls for you, and then look at the scoring system that you have. So you just basically take these same questions that you have here and have somebody call them on the phone. Now, it's best to kind of make up a little a phone screening sheet like we have here, and these are basically the same questions with a point system. Do you currently have a valid driver's license? Yes, they get a 1 point. No, they're disqualified. Okay, because how are they going to test drive a car if they don't have a driver's license? Okay, how many moving violations? Just whatever your questions are, just write them out and assign a point value to them. But I want to draw your attention to down here at the bottom. So when your screener is on the phone talking with them, what you want them to do is at the end put the person on hold and tally the points, and then put the points in right there. And if you see right there, again, depending on your point system that you have, we want a minimum of 10 points in order to schedule an interview. Okay, they're interviewable in person or even on the phone if they score a 10 there. Okay, so that's what you want to do, is you want to have somebody call on your behalf. I don't want you doing this. Okay, this should be a hands-off, and somebody should be handing the good applications to you on a silver platter versus diving into all of the muck. Those people that are down at the base of the pyramid where they're willing to work for cheap. You want somebody that's going to be the best available. Okay, so I hope you've gotten some really great value on this, and I hope you put this to use, because time is money. You can always make more money, but you can never make more time. So this is a great time-saving thing for you.